it's not really just about today. Hopefully today will be a very happy memory, but what you'll build together is just day after day of love and joy and being together with complete happiness in your home. Mazel tov.
Awesome. I'm Sarah Ludwig. Becca and I became friends either 12 or 13 years ago, depending on who you ask. Becca says that we talked for like 3 hours on the bus after emerging from a 2-week backpacking trip to jumpstart our freshman year of college. And I really wish I could tell you all about that, but I have no memory of it. So thank you, Becca, for being the one, at least in our friendship, who remembers things. I do remember a year later, at the beginning of our sophomore year, when we both participated in the sophomore leadership retreat, because we are both overachievers like that. And one of the activities was to write down your leadership goals and then walk around the room and comment on each other's ideas with sticky notes. And I, being the weirdo nature person that I am, had created a truly terrible drawing of a giant tree with branches representing my dreams and uneven stick people holding hands around the trunk. And somehow Becca looked at this absolute mess and wrote in response, "This is why we are going to be great friends." So first, thank you, Becca, me for me. You did that for everyone in your life, and you're such a loyal and committed friend, daughter, sister, and now almost wife. It is well established that Becca was on the lookout for a nice Jewish boy. As a non-Jewish friend, I heard this a lot, and I want to say congrats on the the upgrade. Here this weekend, I've learned that actually, maybe the Jewish way to say that would be going too far. Leveling up. Truly, I'm just so happy for both of you. I can't imagine a better fit, and you two embody both as individuals and as a couple such an incredible spirit of faith partnership. You complement each other so beautifully, especially in the big ways. You both live out your values. Becca has always inspired me with her enthusiastic growth mindset and ability to rise above challenges, whether physical, mental, spiritual, something tiny, something big, from learning the Game of Thrones theme song on ukulele, being a literal boss at work, to always looking for the next great sustainability product to put in her detailed eco items spreadsheet. But really, this ability to always keep growing and rising above challenges is so deeply woven into the fabric of David and Becca's relationship. I mean, after dating for like 2 months, they navigated a sudden international move, the uncertainty of a global pandemic, and living with their future in-laws last night. And they were stronger because of it. They both know when to be flexible and recognize that a challenge needs a different approach. Like the time that we were supposed to go camping together, but saw the forecast for 100-degree heat and decided to scrap our plans, opt for a hotel room, and enjoy AC, pool, and wingspan. Becca and David, it is clear that you found your person, and I can't wait to keep being inspired by the way you nurture each other and your communities. As you continue on this adventure of your shared life, I wish you joy, I wish you resilience, I wish you peace, and may you bring each other as much happiness as your friendship has brought to my life and more.
Tom's.
The most generous, hearted person that I know. It gives me so much joy to be celebrating you and Rebekah, and to have the opportunity to reflect on who you are as a person and what you mean to me, and I think so many people. To do so, I've chosen an unlikely biblical character from the lens from Pharaoh. But I promise I'm going somewhere good at night. In Parshat Va'era, we read over and over again how Pharaoh hardened his heart by Chazak Lev Paro. And with each new plague, he saw the suffering of his people. He took in new information in those moments of desperation, and it seemed like he was going to make the good choice. It seemed like he was going to make the just decision when the time came. But when each plague subsided, he hardened his heart and did not follow through on his promises to live. And there's a midrash that talks about how he became so set in his ways. The midrash of Uma, a collection of rabbinic stories on biblical text. It talks about him becoming so set in his ways that it's no longer free will, and that's why we read that God hardens Pharaoh's heart. But I'm saying this because it's the ultimate contrast to you, to you who as a person you're a learner. You are constantly taking in the world around you, constantly taking in new information, hearing new stories, and always growing and learning. And your heart is never hard, never. It's soft and vulnerable and ready to embrace everyone and anyone. And my first blessing to you is that you remain this soft-hearted person, that you remain, as our Torah puts it in Deuteronomy, circumcised of heart, that you continue to resist the all too human temptation to harden your heart and get set in your ways like Pharaoh. And that you embrace this, that you continue to embrace this changing world the way I've asked you to embrace the world with grace and with humility. And I'm so thrilled for you and Rebekah today. I feel so lucky to have seen your relationship with each other develop from the beginning. You complement one another, as we've heard so beautifully, and you bring out the best in one another, which is what partners should do. So my final blessing is that your hearts remain soft to one another. So they're always soft with one another, always ready to absorb new information, new circumstances, and to grow together through it all. I love you both, and I'm so honored to be celebrating.
order. I got to be in front of the bride and the groom. So what can you expect with a marriage? Every marriage is different, but the premise is the same. You get to spend the rest of your life with each other. David, I can speak with a little more authority on what you can expect with Rebekah. So I'm going to start there. The emotional lability and fiery temper that I knew so well in childhood seems to have mostly subsided. David, blink twice if you need help. And you've been left with a driven, adventurous, and thoughtful wife. You can expect to change and grow with Becca because she has never been one for complacency. Her drive for knowledge, new experiences, and self-improvement will guarantee that your lives together will be filled with unforeseen possibilities. In fact, there's at least a 50% chance that you'll be roped into either starting a kelp farm in your spare bathroom or beekeeping in your backyard. Through whatever adventures await you, you can also expect a fiercely loyal wife who will cheer you on through your successes and support you through your failures, being by your side through it all. Becca, here's what you're getting with David. You're getting a man who values relationships and community. Everywhere he goes, he cultivates these things. This is obvious by the way he's bonded with our family. He finds what's important to people and connects with them. From telling Dad about Jewish customs, or chatting with Mom as she gets something ready in the kitchen, or humoring me with some non-Jayhawk basketball. By the way, you've marginally improved your shade of blue. Anyway, with David, you can expect to grow into the best version of yourself and be celebrated for your individuality and loved unconditionally. Becca and David, you can expect your fair share of quarrels, frustrations, and disagreements. But you can also expect a lifetime full of laughs, new traditions beyond the roasted garlic, and acceptance and steadfast partners through it all. I love you both, and I wish you both a beautiful life as husband and wife.
Well done.
So I'm going to talk about a girl named Becca, and I want to reassure you, she's very similar to the Rebekah that everyone else. So I think we'll mostly be on the same page. Becca, you really are the whole package. You're intelligent, you're interesting, you're kind, smart, and beautiful, especially today. And though you're my younger sister, you've been my role model my entire life. Growing up, you didn't know fear. You just accepted challenges and you conquered them. School, sports, jobs, faith, there's nothing you didn't strive at. And it seems you've carried that with you in all aspects of your life. I'm not sure I ever would have predicted the mountains of Georgia as your wedding venue. A beautiful Jewish wedding and marriage to a rabbi, I should have seen that coming. It's easy to joke that you went to Israel to find a husband, because, I mean, you did. But the people who know you know that's really not the story. The story is about a woman who is passionate and curious, and not afraid to take risks. It's about someone who never accepts no as an answer, and will build her own door if there's not one to go through. It's about a woman who follows her passions across the world because she's curious and adventurous, and who's willing to endure times of loneliness and heartbreak because she knows happiness, true happiness, is waiting for her. Becca, you are so brave, and your ability to take risks and push your own boundaries is why we're here today. Converting to Judaism is no small thing. And leaving your job to follow your passion and study in Israel is no small risk. And bringing some guy back during a pandemic to live with you. That may have been your greatest move of all. In typical Becca fashion, he managed to conquer the challenges and excel at life. And that's where David comes in. Now, David didn't go to Duke. Honestly, thank God. He doesn't even have any more Dukes. But it's David's emotional intelligence that's the most striking to me. You know, moms and daughters gossip, so when David went to live with Becca and my parents, I always thought I'd get some interesting stories. Like, no way this guy makes it past living with them. But that never really happened. Usually mom just called me to brag about how David cooked her dinner. David has the sense of what people need and how to be that for them at the right time. We had a moment at my brother's wedding where Aaron and Cecily were off somewhere, and we needed to get a hold of one of Aaron's best friends, someone we've known for life. Me, Mom, Dad, Becca, all went through our phones, and somehow we didn't have this number. But he did. Great day. David, you're like the security blanket Becca brings along. Not only do you take great care of her, but you take such great care of the rest of us as well. As a sister, it's such a wonderful feeling to have such a kind, reliable, and thoughtful person at Rebekah's side. I'm truly so happy you two have each other. When you combine your strengths as individuals, you're an unstoppable force. As evidenced by this wonderful group of people surrounding you today, you've touched so many lives. I pray your marriage makes you even stronger as both individuals and a couple.
Everyone have their glass full, something to drink, something to eat, maybe some water. Okay, I'm going to share a few words now, which you think I came here to sing. I actually came here to share these words. I wanted to start with a story about my friendship with David. I met him when I was beginning high school and he was beginning college, and he came to work at my synagogue as our youth group or USY advisor. And so we spent a lot of time together, many Wednesday nights when we would sit in our lounge, many Shabbats and many weekends together, and he became an integral part of my synagogue community. But I actually don't want to talk about how he became an integral part of my synagogue community. I want to talk about how he became an integral part of my family. I come from a family of 3 girls, and all my dad wanted was some boys. And long before I met my husband, who became the first official boy of the family, we had David, the first unofficial boy of our family. He spent Shabbats with us. We ate a lot of meat together. We spent holidays together, and sometimes he played bananagrams with us. Not as much as he plays games now, but he used to sometimes play a game with us. David was present for every single life cycle event, every one of my sister's graduations, our bat mitzvahs, even the deaths in our family. Not only that, he totally acted like a member of the Schwartzman family. There are like 6 people in the world who call me by the nickname Ani. My mom, my dad, my sisters, and David. And when I hear David say Lily, it's a foreign language to me. Because the warmth and the embrace when he calls me Ani is just like the warmth and the embrace from any of my family members. Not just my nuclear family knew David. Everyone knew that the Schwartzmans had the 6th member. What's his name? Oh, David. Everyone knew. I tell this story not as a heartwarming history of our friendship that I really hold so dear to my heart, but
But because I know that with utmost certainty that most people in the room have a very similar story about David, how he is an integral part of your family, how he's been there for every single moment, and how he truly embraces your family as his own. And we're here celebrating with his actual nuclear family, but I know that he is truly a part of every one of our families. So when David told me about Rebekah, he did so with 2 pictures in a text message. First, the 2 of them wearing tefillin together. And second, he said, on our first date, I don't know if this is accurate, we donated blood together. First date in the US, we donated blood together. And from those 2 pictures, I knew that David found someone who could open her heart as much as David could. And I hoped that when I met her, I could make her feel as much a part of our family as David has been. I met Rebekah for the first time when they moved back to LA after this stint in their parents' house in North Carolina. They came to my family to pick up a couch in a U-Haul. And while we hadn't seen David for a really long time, so I thought there would be some schmoozing, Rebekah was like, nope, we're getting the couch in the U-Haul and we're leaving. And that's when I knew that David had met someone who not only had as big of a heart, but was going to keep him on track. So the next time I met Rebekah, and all of the times after I resumed my mission, to make her feel as much a part of my family as David has felt. And when I saw that they truly were making their own family, I knew it. Tovim shnayim mina echad. 2 are truly better than 1. Rebekah was so kind and loving and humble and thoughtful, and she welcomed me, even though I wanted to welcome her in the exact same ways that I see David. And when I think about both of your open arms and welcoming nature, I'm reminded of a midrash, which someone told me this weekend is one of David's favorites. By Lori. In yesterday's Torah portion, Moshe, as a baby, is put in a basket in the Nile River, and he's rescued by Pharaoh's daughter, Bat Paro, and she saved him from anything that may have happened in the Nile River. The Midrash renames Pharaoh's daughter to Batya, daughter of God. Though she was not Jewish, she rescued Moshe, who would eventually come to rescue all of the Jewish people from slavery in Egypt. So God said to her, Moshe was not your son, yet you called him your son. You are not my daughter, but I will call you my daughter. Just as Pharaoh's daughter took on Moshe as her own and became an honorary child of God, David and Rebekah take in all of their loved ones. It doesn't matter what your relation is to them. Their friends and their community members in as their own. They make us all feel as if we are the most integral, important, and deeply loved and seated part of their family. So I bless you with a life full of family, a life full of beautiful community, and love together.
Amen.
We've made it, L'chaim. First of all, I want to drink with me, but I will find with Rebekah. Okay. Now we've made it to a really important part of the Tish in which David and Rebekah are going to share their words of Torah, but we have one job. And that job is to make sure they don't finish. And the way that we're going to make sure that they don't finish is by interrupting them with songs, any songs you should think of, attached to a word that they say in their Dvar Torah. We will interrupt them with and make sure that we only get to hear little bits of what I know is their beautiful Torah, but you can go to Sharon Israel and hear David's Torah.
Amen. Yes, go.
Our Latana, David and Rebekah.
All right.
At a point very early on in our relationship, David and I realized Realize that we made each other better people.
They're always better when they're together.
Whether that was through exploring new things, encouraging patience, or teaching the other to have fun.
Girls just want to have fun. Girls just want to have Rebekah,
That is why we chose the quote, Tobin Hashmani Mean High Five. Meaning two are better off than one, to represent our relationship at our wedding. Always better when we're together.
See, there's a beautiful teaching.
Your way to beautiful
There's a teaching found in the Midrash, a compilation of teachings on the verses of our Bible. Torah, 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 that depicts the importance of the team, the partnership that Rebekah and I have started to develop over these past few years, and we hope to continue to enhance as the years elapse.
Shana haba
The Midrash teaches that two are better than one when it comes to learning Torah.
One is the loneliest.
In addition to this, it teaches ability, nature, and of everyday life. I've had the time of my life.
Never felt this way before. I swear it was true, and I owe it all to you.
That it is better with a partner than to do something by yourself. When you have a partner in your everyday learnings of life, your learning is enhanced and a sense of comfort and reassurance is applied simply by the fact that you have someone there to support you and share that space. Ever since we met in Jerusalem, learning to go that learning has been one of our first and most primary responsibilities. We have spent countless hours reading books together.
Responsibility. What's that?
Reading books together, driving the roads of the United States. Life is a highway. If you're going my way, I will ride it all night long. Climbing mountains and enjoying
Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.
Let's do the next two sentences.
Enjoying the meals with one another. There have been moments in which we dug deep inside of our own hearts to really share who we are with one another. Moments that didn't always
For
end
a
in
moment like this, oh, I can't believe some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this.
moments that didn't always end in smiles, but always moments that
I
meant
like
strengthening the
big
bond between us.
For the rabbis of the Midrash, when one person forgets something or isn't always present, there is the other to lift them up and show them love and the care that they deserve.
You are my fire, desire, believe. When I say I want it that way, tell me what ain't nothing but a heart. Everyone ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me what I never want to hear you say. I want it that way.
Chills, literal chills.
It's always sounded funny how when one of us gets sick or isn't
One
doing well,
singular sensation.
Every little step she takes. One thrilling combination. Every move that she makes. One smile and suddenly nobody else will do. You know you'll never be lonely with you. No clue.
What?
alright, when one of us gets sick or isn't feeling well, it's as though the other becomes superhuman, pulling double duty.
There are five constipated men in the We took 2 salads.
Okay, Mark, this feels like you're
Get better as soon as possible. The connection we have must create some strange burst of adrenaline that makes one of us seemingly invincible when the other is sick.
I just have to say, if you're a rabbi in the room and you need some help writing sermons,
Help! I need
I've got 2 paragraphs left. One up.
25,600 minutes. 525,000 tons of year. 525,600 minutes. How will you measure a year?
One of my One of my we always have, when we can always look back at what we did. All these memories of you and me.
All of take my eyes off of you.
Because Beck, you and me know always that we can do better than anything that we did. Why? Because you and me together can do anything. As we move to this stage of our religion, the next stage of marriage, it's our hope and our blessing that not only we are able to grow stronger as individuals and couple, that we continue to learn from those who are ever present and those who provide a continuous sense of love and support. In a minute, she's gonna say yes. All right. Now you get interrupted by
What we didn't include.
One more time.
Is that in the book of Kohelet, Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, what are you gonna do with that?
And it's time for every purpose under heaven.
There's like this.
A time to be born, a time to die, a time to live, a time to die,
Continues on, and if you're a few verses later, it goes on
and on and on, and it goes on and on and on. I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, hey, in the cradle, celebrating all the night,
later, it states a threefold thread will not quickly AKA, really, 3 is the best. Now, don't go getting any ideas. Don't go breaking my
Give it a try.
All right. Don't go getting any ideas. We're not asking for volunteers here. For us, the third part of the chord is all of you.
all of you, I'm going to turn it over to Rabbi Brett Copen and Rabbi Sophia Zwei, who are going to get the ketubah signing started. Woo!
Night, night, night.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rabbi Brett Copen.
And I'm Rabbi Sophia Smith, but we're really here as friends primarily and then secondarily as rabbis.
So we are now moving to the second portion of the wedding after a raucous and amazing tish about to Lily. So David and Rebekah have decided, instead of using the traditional Kiddushin Ketubah text, to use this new, authentic, and modern rendition of the Ketubah called the Heat Cut Shoot. So the Heat Cut Shoot essentially acknowledges that in 2023, the obligations that the Chatan, the groom, David, has to the Kala, Rebekah, are equal. And in the traditional Ketubah signing, the Ketubah has always been looked at as an acquisition, as the groom essentially acquiring the bride, or as the spouse acquiring the other spouse. And yet, for David and Rebekah, it is not about the acquisition, it is an acceptance of a gift. And they are both looking at this document, at this ketubah, at this hikat shoot, as a gift outlining and detailing the mutual responsibilities that one will have to the other going forward, in a beautiful partnership of friendship and love and mutual obligation.
And holiness.
And also, and of course, and holiness. So to begin, we are going to read, I'm going to read a section of the Hebrew text, and then my wife, Sophia, will do a reading of the English text. Yes, thank you, David. Also, for those who haven't seen, this is the gorgeous ketubah. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. ואחד בשבת 22 יום לחודש טבת, שנה 5,783 לבריאת עולם, במניין שאנו מונים כאן בקלייטון, ג'ורג'יה. במדינת אמריקה הצפונית, אמרו החתן הרב, דוד בנימין בן ראובן ויטה מלכה ומשפחת הלפן, והכלה רבקה הדסה בת דוד שמואל ומשפחת ג'ונסון. לפני עם ועדה והצהרה קדושה, יהא ידוע בזה שנקשרו נפשותינו זו בזו, בקשרי אהבה ומסירות הדדית, ובכוונתנו בעזרת אדוני להיות נאמנים זה לזה, באופן בלעדי כל ימי חיינו עלי עד המות, כמו ששנו רבותינו, יקנא אדם חבר לעצמו, שיאכל עמו, וישתה עמו, ויקרא עמו, וישנה עמו, וישן עמו, ויגלה לו כל סתריו, סתרי תורה וסתרי דרך ארץ. כל מה שכתוב ומפורש לעיל, ונעשה לפנינו, והכל שריר וקיים.
In a second, it will be Hakol Sharia Rakayam. Let me read the English so that we know what we just read. On Sunday, the 22nd day of the month of Tevet in the year 5783 of the world, here in Clayton, Georgia, in the country of the United States, you, Rebekah Johnston, daughter of Carol and Scott Johnston, and Rabbi David Helfand, son of Richard and Vicky Helfand, before the people and the congregation make this holy declaration. Let it be known that our souls are bound one to the other with bonds of love and mutual devotion, and that it is our intention, with God's help, to be exclusively faithful to each other all the days of our lives upon this earth. As our sages taught, a person should find a partner with whom to eat, drink, read, study, sleep, and share every secrets of Torah and secrets of life. We shall share from this day in complete partnership, joyfully and wholeheartedly establishing a household in common with moral and financial responsibilities for one another. We shall be loving partners for each other and will cherish, respect, sustain, and assist one another in righteousness and faithfulness. With God's help, may our dwelling be filled with love and harmony, peace and companionship, And may we be privileged to nurture together our Jewish heritage, our love for our fellow Jews, and the dignity of every creature. The bride, Rebekah Johnston, and the bridegroom, David Halfand, also attest. This marriage is not a Kiddushin marriage, and the marital relations of the bridegroom and bride are not intended to bring about Kiddushin marriage. The bride, Rebekah Johnston, and the bridegroom, David Halfand, parties to this Hit Kadshut, make these commitments to one another. The bride and bridegroom agree that they shall together make a household amongst the people of Israel and a whole family. They shall each guard over the other in matters physical and spiritual. They shall each concern themselves with the happiness of the other. They shall each provide aid and compassionate assistance to the other. And they shall each provide for the other, and they shall both remember what a blessing and a gift is theirs in the miracle of the love. And in the presence of these witnesses, they are shortly going to attest that everything written and specified here has been done in the presence of these witnesses and is valid and effective. So I know that you created this document together, but we want to ritualize this moment as an act of your mutual agreement to these terms. So if you accept once again together the terms of this ketubah, I want you together to hold up this pen. And then you may use this pen to complete the kuf on your ketubah to really ensure that this is a binding covenant between the two of you.
So as Sophia just mentioned, David and Rebekah, the very last line of the ketubah text in Hebrew says "Vikayam," which means this is established. This is binding. They did this very beautiful intentional thing where the kuf was incomplete in the word kayam. So the two of them just completed the word kayam and added the leg to the kuf, thus symbolizing this as a living, breathing document that they themselves have.
So in a moment, we're going to pull up your two witnesses, Rabbi Michael Lewis and Yosef Akishino, will witness your ketubah and bear witness to your love. But before that, we wanted to take this opportunity to offer you a blessing and a short little bit of Torah from us that will be part of this moment.
David and Rebekah, here we are. This is such a beautiful, beautiful day. And part of the testament to that is David told me outside he prayed for the weather. And for those of you who have been here all weekend, you know this is by far the nicest day of a very beautiful weekend, but the weather today is perfect, which is testament to David's power of prayer. So the Torah portion this week, the wedding portion, is Parshat Vayera. And God opens the Parsha with a very enigmatic speech to Moses, where he says to Moses that God had never revealed God's self to any of Moses' patriarchs in any name other than El Shaddai. And I've actually counted, the name El Shaddai appears 7 times, it does, in the Torah. And each time the name El Shaddai appears in the Torah, there's either a name change or an identity change. Every single time. So when Avram becomes Abraham, El Shaddai appears. When Jacob becomes Israel, El Shaddai appears. When there's some shift in identity, as in like Joseph's brothers don't know who Joseph is, El Shaddai appears again. El Shaddai comes to represent a change in identity. And today, we are all here to bear witness to this massive shift and this massive change in identity that's occurring not only before your family and friends, but before God, before El Shaddai. You two are undergoing this beautiful shift as not only fiancé and partners, but really as husband and wife. And forever you are going to be, not only will the identity shift, but you will forever carry those titles as husband and wife. David, when I was thinking about what I was going to say, I was also thinking about all the guests and all your friends who are here. And Ethan actually told me that there was a count that there were We don't know the total estimate. There are about 25 to 40 rabbis. Super holy. 42, is that the new scale? That's good, that's good. And when I think about the journey that we have all just taken through rabbinical school and this new stage that we are all in as rabbis, I was just thinking how fortunate we all are, David, to have you as our colleague. David, you really are a rabbi's rabbi. You are the guy who I know that this really is a team sport leading the Jewish people. And that I know that anytime I have a question, whether about halakha, how to handle a certain situation, you're going to be one of the first people that I call or that I text. And when I look around the room, I know that so many of us feel that way. Like, how fortunate are we that we have you as a colleague? That as we have changed our identities and that as we have all become leaders of the Jewish people, that you're on. And when I think about that name, El Shaddai, and I think about the shifting identities, and I think about how all of us gathered. Not only did we fly into Atlanta, but we drove 2.5, 3 hours. And all these people are here, but seriously, it's such a testament to the power of both of you. And Rebekah, we're so thrilled that you are now in our lives as well, and that you have taken on not only as part of the mantle of his leadership, but really as David's teammate, that the two of you are doing this together, and that David, that you have Rebekah by your side is such a blessing.
So I want to invoke El Shaddai in this moment. El Shaddai is the God that suffices, the God that is enough. And we heard beautifully how the two of you complement each other and enhance each other's lives. And I want to just bless you on this sacred, sacred day, when you will have a taste of the world to come when you stand under the Chuppah, that you will feel El Shaddai wrapping around you and loving you, and that you should know forevermore that each of you is enough for the other. And may you always feel blessed by the abundance that is right in front of you.
I'm going to invite the first witness, Rabbi Michael Lewis, who is also David's Kapruta. Sign first. Now we're also privileged to have Giuseppe Cusino as the second witness, Rebekah's Kapruta.
Finally, Rebekah and David will sign their signatures, attesting that they once again affirm these commitments to one another.
Well, the ketubah is signed, so mazal tov.
Back.
So, my name is Rabbi Adam Raskin. I'm one of the 42. But in this crowd, I feel like kind of an older colleague. I'm so happy to be here with the two of you today. I'm overwhelmed by the following feeling. And I want you all to think about this. How many of your simchas, and how many of the most meaningful and important moments in your life have these two people been there to sing and celebrate with you, to clap and to lift you up, and to bring you joy? And how many moments in your life when you needed to be reassured, comforted, and cared for were these two people there to do that for you? And what a machaya, what a blessing, what a joy to be able to return that favor to the two of you. Because you two are constant sources of love, joy, comfort, and uplift in this world. And it's that beautiful greet, this beautiful document that you signed, says at the end, Hakol Sharir Hayam. With the two of you joining together as one, everything truly is as it should be. The two of you together are just so much more powerful and will bring so many brachot, so many blessings to so many people who don't even yet have the privilege to know you. As you prepare for the again, I'm going to ask you each to thank each other with garments that give you. No, sorry, we'll change the order here. Okay, so before you do that, I came across this beautiful piece of Hasidic Torah that says, Asur Adam Shikadesh et Haisha Ad Shiyiren. It is forbidden for two people to marry one another until they truly see each other. This is a day of seeing. We have witnesses to the ketubah, witnesses to the ring, witnesses all around us. The chuppah is open on all sides. People seeing, watching, observing, sharing. But the most important seeing is the two of you seeing each other. Asur Adam Shikadesh Haisha Ad Shiyiren. We cannot proceed. You cannot go to the chuppah until you truly see each other. You've seen each other in so many ways, so many stages of your life, in different countries, different states, as students, as professionals, as friends, as lovers, as loved ones, as an engaged couple, and now as each other's bashert, as bride and groom. And so, my friends, I want you to truly see one another in this moment. Don't look at me, look at each other. You look beautiful and radiant on the outside, even more beautiful on the inside. I want you to see that, to cherish that, this moment, forever. And then radiant. Before David and Rebekah go to the chuppah, and this day and all of its hopes and dreams come true, I want to give them an opportunity to receive the most precious blessings of all, the blessings from their parents, Richard and Vicky, Scott and Carol. Let's continue that evening, but very softly so that they can hear their parents' words.
Friends, we're gonna invite everyone to head upstairs at this moment to find a seat for the wedding. If you are doing one of the shuttle brachot, one of the 7 blessings under the chuppah, and you have not found me, or I have not found you, please come find me. I want to thank everyone for all of the blessings that have filled this space, for the song and the energy to celebrate this bride and groom. And we'll continue to celebrate with them together in just a few moments. So as we head upstairs, let's head out together in this song. Simmen Tov.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. Yeah.